The human body, a perfect machine, full of wonder, a self-regulating system able to repair itself when injured and defend itself from viruses and illnesses. Yet in this amazing vehicle, which we mostly take for granted, sometimes things can go wrong. A prime example is cancer, the disease of our century. Dr. Stephen Rosenberg, head of surgery at the National Cancer Institute's Center for Cancer Research, told an inspirational encounter early in his career with a patient whose cancer had disappeared without treatment.
All aspects of his cancer were gone. He had undergone one of the most rare events in all of medicine. He had had a spontaneous regression of all of his metastatic cancer.
Rosenberg believed that the explanation had to lie in the patient's own immune system. He decided to focus his research on immune cells or lymphocytes. Your immune system is a complex network of cells and organs that constantly fights disease, illness and infection. These organs and cells communicate with one another to identify and attack viruses, bacteria or other foreign substances, also called antigens, in your body. When your immune system encounters antigens, white blood cells create antibodies and signal other white blood cells to attack antigens, protecting you. The immune system plays a vital role in the prevention and eradication of diseases. Every person has cancer cells in the body. These cancer cells do not show up in the standard tests until they have multiplied to a few billion. When the person's immune system is strong, the cancer cells will be destroyed and prevented from multiplying and forming tumors. How cancer affects the immune system. Cancer not only avoids detection by the immune system, it also affects how the immune system works against other illnesses. Blood and bone marrow cancers, including lymphoma and most types of leukemia, impact the immune system because bone marrow is where immune system cells are made. Immunotherapy is a form of treatment that teaches the immune system to fight cancer. Immunotherapy medications can help the immune system fight more effectively, in some cases marking cancer cells for destruction, just as a healthy immune system does with antigens. There are some leading-edge therapy options to help the immune system fight cancer as well as recognize it if it comes back. The hope from early experiments was that if you could somehow activate specific aspects of the immune system, could you now educate it to attack a cancer cell and not attack a normal cell? Rosenberg went on to discover that a specific type of immune cell, called a T cell, was active against some cancers, but, when greatly outnumbered, was too weak to defeat them. Dr. Zelig Eshar had spent time in the United States in 1990 with Dr. Rosenberg, where they worked together to design CARs targeted at human melanoma. CAR means Chimeric Antigen Receptor. CAR is an artificially produced DNA segment. The word chimeric in CAR derived from chimera, a monster in Greek mythology. Lion head, lion body, a goat's head and a snake's tail grew in the middle. In 1993, Dr. Eshar and colleagues at the Weizmann Institute in Israel engineered the first-generation CAR molecule. Eshar's eureka moment came when he decided to combine the antibodies with the T cells. He said, "Two are better than one." So he extracted the T cells and genetically engineered them to include a molecule that has the cancer recognition skills of both the antibodies and the T cells. The modified T cells are then injected into patients. These T cells now recognize the cancer and will now be efficient because I engineered them so they will attack the cancer. And that is what we call chimeric antigen receptors. When put into patients, the cells will be very effective because they will have the two elements that recognize the cancer and can reject it. That is all the trick. These genetically engineered T cells have been shown to effectively kill human tumor cells in both animals and humans. But Eshar's research is focused on animals. Dr. Rosenberg was the first to introduce a foreign gene into a human and was also the first to successfully utilize T cell receptors against melanoma and chimeric antigen receptors against lymphomas to genetically modify autologous lymphocytes.
In 2009, we treated a patient that had a massive recurrence of a follicular lymphoma that had recurred after multiple prior treatments. He had large amounts of disease in his chest as well as in his abdomen. We created a CAR T cell that recognized a molecule called CD19 that's expressed on almost all lymphomas, but also expressed on normal B cells. And when we treated him with these CAR T cells and the appropriate preparative regimen, he underwent a regression, and following 2 treatments, he's remained completely progression-free now for the last 6 years. Immunotherapy, stimulating the body's immune system, provides right now the best clues for the development of effective cancer treatments for cancer patients that cannot be helped by current modalities.
In 2012, Emily Whitehead became the first pediatric patient to be treated with CAR-T therapy. She is still in remission today. In 2014, CAR-T therapy received breakthrough drug designation from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration for relapsed and/or refractory acute lymphoblastic leukemia. In 2017, CAR-T therapy was named Advance of the Year by the American Society for Clinical Oncology.
Activating the immune system for cancer treatment, so-called immunotherapy, is the most exciting science in the whole cancer field because it's really working.
How does CAR-T cell therapy work? CAR-T uses genetically programmed T cells from your own immune system to kill cancer cells. Treatment with CAR-T happens in several steps. First, you will be evaluated to determine if CAR-T is an appropriate treatment option. Things such as age, previous lines of therapy, and general fitness will be considered. If you and your doctor agree to proceed with CAR-T treatment, the next step will be to collect blood by placing a needle in your arm. Your white blood cells are then collected through a process called leukapheresis. The white blood cells are then sent to a laboratory where specific types of immune cells known as T cells are extracted. Then the T cells are genetically programmed using a virus or other methods to express the Chimeric Antigen Receptor or CAR protein on the surface of the T cells. The CAR-T cells are then grown in the laboratory in preparation for reinfusion into your body. In the meantime, you will be given chemotherapy to help your body accept the genetically programmed T cells, now called CAR-T cells. Once the CAR-T cell processing is complete, you will be admitted to the hospital. The CAR-T cells are infused back into your body through a needle inserted in your arm. The addition of the CAR protein on the surface of the T cells helps them to find and destroy the cancer cells in your body. The cost of CAR-T cell therapy. CAR-T cell therapy, which is a revolutionary pillar in cancer treatment, is promising but costly. The cost of CAR-T cell therapy is one of the biggest challenges, with financial implications for patients and payers. Real-world CAR-T treatment costs can reach $1 million or more in USA. A team of researchers in China made CAR-T cell therapy available in China. Treatment with CAR-T therapy in China is about 15 to 20 times cheaper than in the US. In the next episode of the film, you will learn about the successful results of treating patients with CAR-T therapy in China. I'll tell you how China has surpassed the US in research on CAR-T therapy in the last few years. Don't forget to like if you like the movie and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next episode.